Happy Friday and welcome into the studio. I'm Hudson Barsness. That's my dad, Todd Barsness. And on the couch is John Barsness. He's my older brother. We're all related. Dad and two sons. Just a little bit about us. Dad's been in voiceover for 14 years. I've been in voiceover just starting my 4th year. John has been around in helping voiceover, dad's business, stuff like that.
From day one.
Yep, since day one. So we've been around it quite a bit. Dad, the last 8 years, 6 figures or more. Last 7 have been $200,000 or more. Last 4, $300,000 or more. Last year I made $45,000. I'm on pace right now for 75. My goal this year is 80, so I'm behind that. We talked about that. That's just the honest truth. And then John is part of VO Marketing Pro. The reason we do that is I said it in the Todd's Tips numbers, or the Todd's Tips video, that we give our numbers for transparency's sake because there's a lot of voices out there, people coaching and telling you that they're doing really well and stuff like that, and they don't give their numbers. So how are you supposed to know? So we wanted to kind of be something different. So that's why we give our numbers so that you know exactly, oh, at least there's success and it's right there. I can measure that success. They don't just say they have success. They show it by what they make and stuff like that. So anyways, we're going to do that. If you're new to this channel, thanks for listening to that. But we have other videos like this, numbers playlist. Check it out. Also do Todd's Tips where Dad gives tips. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know what you were pointing at.
I was pointing at the fact that John is part of VO Marketing Pro, which is a direct email marketing company. And it's for people that are established, that are making good money, have pro or pro style demos. They can swim in the deep end, and they need more help with their marketing. They have more money than time. Then we have another group called VO Marketing Pro Plus or VOMP Plus, and that's a group that helps people with their direct marketing, hybrid approach, wherever they're at, starters, or if they're just struggling with it a little bit. And that's what we are, I think, considered experts in, is the direct email marketing game, if you will. And so if you have any questions about that, want to be part of one of those groups or find out more or know where you fit in, John Barsness at vomarketingpro.com. That's what I was pointing at.
Okay. You got it. I'm glad you took over because I was confused as to what you were pointing at. If you're not new to here, thanks for listening to all that stuff. We're sorry to bore you with that, but you got to do that. Anyway, let's move on to the VO Marketing Pro numbers, and then you'll hear my numbers and then Dad's numbers.
So beginning of this week was the end of last month of April, and so at the end of the month and the beginning of the month of the new month, we have the cleaning out of the database, making sure that the undeliverables and anything else that's in there that needs to be taken out. We also add Andy, Todd's assistant, and Joe specifically, I do sometimes, but those two dig for new contacts all the time. And so we add those at the end of the month to the overall database so that everybody gets to get a chance at those. And so that's what we do. It takes us a while to get that all taken care of. Plus, sometimes right at the end of the month, people are all done with. Joe's done sending out with what the people have picked from VO Marketing Pro, the amount they've asked us to send out. So that was a long story to say we did not send out at all this week. That being said,
it's also to keep that list living. It's
correct.
Then we go back and we check. Oh, undeliverable. We need to get a new email for that business and stuff like that. So
correct.
That it's not just leave those in there, and then if somebody else gets those sent out, it's undeliverable for them. Nope, take it out if we can't find an email or a new email. So you got over 20,000 potential leads, and then it's living. Mm-hmm. Can't say that anywhere else. Go ahead.
So we didn't send out this week, but we still count whatever comes in for warm responses because we have residual stuff that comes in for people a lot. But we count what comes in for that week that it came in. So we had 17 warm responses, 8 auditions, and 5 jobs reported, all recurring. 3 for Deanna Johnston, Noel Romano with a recurring, and Mike Stout with a recurring.
Nice.
So those are the people that report. So we thank those that consistently report.
We do have some people that maybe are busy or whatever, and they don't report. But we know that they're either getting jobs or they've gotten jobs through our
Correct.
our stuff, because that's just how direct marketing works. We've been doing it for a long time, and whether it's been through their signature to their website or stuff like that, it's working out for them. So anyway,
Before
that's
you
like
go-
you said, just those are the people who tell
Report.
us.
Just the ones that tell us. 'cause we
Before
don't-
you go on, I think it's important for those that might be thinking about asking about VO Marketing Pro or whatever, just to talk just a moment before Hudson. Our database is our baby. We started digging for that, John and I, back in 2012. And we've been making a list one by one, going to each website. It's a global website. As Hudson said, it's a living website. That is, when we get an undeliverable, we search to see if that person has left the company, or maybe the company email address has changed, they're out of business, whatever. We get that out of there. So it's a nice, clean, living database. Unsubscribes, people don't want to be, quote, bothered anymore because maybe they don't hire voiceover talent. We take them out too. So it's got some, quality to it too. The biggest thing is to understand that we've gone to every single one of those websites. And when you talk about my assistant, Andy, and Joe, your other brother, my son, who run VO Marketing Pro, they still dig not by buying
Correct.
email
Lists.
lists, which again, I'm not against that per se. It's just that we don't do that. And that's critically important to understand, that every single one of those have been gone to and visited to see, do they use voiceover? These are people that use voiceover. If they don't use voiceover, we get them off of the list.
And with
I
20
just wanted to make
yeah,
sure people
with
understand,
20,000
because that is very important to
Yep.
our business, that database.
Yes,
We
with
take
20
care of it.
With 20,000 in there, I've done it, and I do it when I can. It's a tedious task because you have to go through a few lists, whether it's unsubscribes, undeliverables, make sure that when you're looking them up, that you haven't gone to that before, or that you're not finding a new one that isn't new.
Correct.
So it takes time. So it's a valuable list. So
That's easy. That's understatement. Anyway, move on to my numbers. Congrats to those who are sticking in it. Those 3 people have been doing
yes,
direct marketing
Yes,
for a
they've
while
been doing it
now,
for a
so
long
there's
time.
no secret as to why they're having success. This week, I had a slow week as well. I had 0 warm responses and 0 auditions in direct marketing. That's the first time in a while. I had 6 jobs. I had 4 on Upwork for $355.50. And then I had 2 on Voice 123 for $425. I also do editing, and I try to make sure that I keep that separate. So I edit for Dad here and there because he needs the help, because he's busy, and I still am not completely filled up with my schedule, especially this week. But voiceover alone was $780.50. And then with the $200, it was $980.50. My goal is, once again, $1,500 a week. I didn't hit that. As I said in the, maybe I said it right before this, that my goal is $80,000 this year. Last year I made 45, and right now I'm on pace for $75,000. So a little bit behind that, but nothing from direct marketing this week, and nothing from Fiverr. So hoping that picks up next week. But on the Voice 123 front, this week I had 14 likes once again, and I had 3 favorites from clients. So we're going to talk about more in depth the details, every job, stuff like that we did this week in our VOMP Plus group for in-depth deep dive numbers that we do for them, and I'll talk more about that. So it's been kind of a recurring theme that we've been talking about. So
Yeah, and don't forget to, just before we leave here, so people know that, this is more the public numbers, and we do a little bit more of a surface. We want to be transparent and encourage you and such, because we're talking to you about things, but we do a much deeper dive and talk about some ins and outs for our VOMP Plus group. So my numbers: 0 for Voice 123, 0 for Voices.com, 0 for Upwork, a slow week for Fiverr. And I'm going to I think I've said this to our VOMP Plus group. I'm going to whine a little bit about Fiverr, because it just feels good to whine about Fiverr. Everybody does it. And yet
loves to do that.
everybody loves to stomp on Fiverr. But I was below my normal, especially the last few weeks. I've been up around the $2,000 mark. $892 I made in Fiverr. And my direct email marketing was $2,985.50. So I was well below what I want, $5,000. I'm trying to make this year, I'm slowing down on purpose, and I'm trying to make $250,000 a year. I'm on pace. Actually, I'm probably close to 260 right now, even with a slow week. But you can't have a lot of slow weeks and get that $250,000 mark. So my total, $3,429.50. $3,429.50.
Nice. You didn't have an Upwork job? I thought you said you had a recurring job.
I have a recurring. It's coming.
Oh, it still has.
Yeah, they said it's
okay.
it's a for sure thing, as much as they can be. But they have a job for me, $225, but it didn't come in yet, so I couldn't put it down.
All right. Any last requests? All right. Thanks for watching this. Once again, if you're interested in more videos like this, you can check out our Todd's Tips playlist and our numbers playlist. So thanks for joining us, and hope you had a good week. If you want to share your numbers, we are always happy to hear people share their numbers, because it's always an encouragement to us, because we want to hear people do well. So anyway, hope you had a better week than we did. Take care.